Hey guys, it's Audra. Welcome to another video. So this is the PCOS video. I've had so many people ask me to make a video about PCOS if you actually do have it, because I made another video a long time ago about how you probably don't have it. If you have not seen that video first, I would click off of this one and go watch that one first. I will put the link below in the description box, but that will tell you a really good idea of if you do or if you don't, okay? The reason why is because so many girls are being misdiagnosed, or they're misdiagnosing themselves with this, and what's happening is they are going down the wrong road when they need to be going down a completely different road. So first of all, before we get started, I'm not a doctor and I'm not going to diagnose or treat you or prescribe medication for you or anything like that. Basically, I'm just going to share my personal experience, my experience of working with hundreds of other girls in this exact same situation, and all of this is based off of my education and my research and different studies and stuff like that. So you can take it or leave it. This is really just some information for you to consider and possibly implement into your life. When it comes to you working with your doctor, that is totally up to you, and your decision on this is totally up to you. This is just information, so you can take it or leave it. I want to just make a quick differentiation between two different types of people who might be watching this video. The first are people who actually legit do have PCOS. The second is people who don't, and they actually are suffering from something called hypothalamic amenorrhea, okay? Hypothalamic amenorrhea is when you don't have your period because your hypothalamus is not sending the correct messages to the rest of your body, specifically your hormones, to menstruate, okay? PCOS is polycystic ovarian syndrome, or polycystic ovarian disorder or disease, whatever you want to call it. And they are totally different, but they do have very common things in general. But even within those commonalities, there are some differences that I just want to touch on really quick, because you might be watching this and you might say, you know what, like I thought I had PCOS, but I actually have this. Or I thought I had this, but I actually have PCOS. What am I talking about? Number one, a lot of people with PCOS will experience hair loss, okay? So when it comes to hair loss, people who actually have PCOS, they are experiencing male pattern baldness. That means that they have a receding hairline, their crown is getting thinner, and you can basically just see their scalp, like that type of thing. People with hypothalamic amenorrhea also experience hair loss, but it's not the same type, and it's not due to the same reasons. It's because of malnutrition, or mineral deficiencies, or vitamin deficiencies, or stress, or something like that. So they both have hair loss, but they're both different reasons. Same thing goes for abnormal hair growth. So a lot of girls who have hypothalamic amenorrhea think, oh my gosh, like I have all this weird hair growing, I must have PCOS. But that's not the case all the time. People with PCOS actually have very thick, abnormal, like coarse strings of hair that will grow on random areas of your body. Your chin, your cheeks, your neck, your chest, your arms, your back, whatever. And it's just like so annoying. You're always plucking it, like you're just like, what is going on? Whereas on this, people with hypothalamic amenorrhea suffer from abnormal hair growth in the sense of lanugo. This little fine, like peach fuzz hair that you might grow like here or on your neck or something like that. And this is due to malnutrition, okay? This is actually how doctors use this as a criteria to diagnose people who have anorexia, okay? It's similar to what you would see on like a little baby. Like when they're first born, they have kind of that peach fuzz. That's what that is. So there's both weird hair growth going on, but they're different and they have different causes. Another example would just be the whole period issue, okay? So many girls with hypothalamic amenorrhea think, oh my gosh, like I don't have a period, I must have PCOS. Here's the difference. Girls with PCOS have irregular periods. It could be today and then it doesn't happen again for another 2 months, and after that it's 3 months, and it's 6 weeks, and it's 4 weeks, and it's 5 months, and it's just like all over the place, okay? Someone with hypothalamic amenorrhea doesn't even get a period. Like there is no period, it's non-existent. And if it is, it's literally once in a blue moon, like once every year or once every 2 years when you were stress-free and you gained some weight and you were just enjoying life on like a vacation or something. But now it's completely gone again, okay? So this one is irregular. It's not normal, like 28 to 35 days. It's just very irregular and sporadic. This one is non-existent. So I'm not going to go through everything like that, but basically I just want to show you guys how there are commonalities, but even within those there's differences. And you want to be very careful, like I say in that other video, that you don't diagnose yourself with PCOS or take the diagnosis with PCOS, because the conventional way of treating it can really mess you up if you're actually over here, okay? And I don't say all this to scare you, I just say it to educate you and inform you so that you can start kind of thinking through some stuff and figuring out where exactly do you fall on this. Now, if you think that you fall over here, you've been diagnosed with this, or this just sounds like you or whatever, then that is what my whole first book that I wrote about is all about. It's called the Get Your Period Handbook. All the information is below. If this is you, that will fix your problems naturally. Now, if this is you, if you really are like, okay, I have all those things, irregular period, crazy hair loss, I also have like the high androgen levels in my blood, I have a deep voice, I have abnormal hair growth, I have acne, I'm obese, like I can't lose weight no matter what I do, then this video is for you, okay? And so what I'm gonna talk about is the different natural ways that you can go about changing different things in your life that would really, really help you out when it comes to this. So first of all, let's talk about the top 3 reasons why you might be experiencing PCOS, okay? And I'm sure there's other reasons, but these are the top 3 that I have come across and that I notice within the people that I have worked with. So number 1 is insulin issues, okay? And I'm sure you've heard this. Maybe you are diabetic, maybe you're pre-diabetic, or maybe someone's just said the word insulin to you and you're like, what in the world? Basically what happens is because of the diet that you're eating or you have eaten in the past or whatever, your insulin is all over the place and is specifically very high. And with this, what happens is when insulin is high, there's also another hormone that's high, and it's called IGF. And when IGF is high, that makes androgens be high. So the androgen is the problem with PCOS. Whenever those are high or in excess or there's a big buildup of them, that's when there's PCOS symptoms, okay? That's why when you go to the doctor and they do the blood test and they say, oh, you have high, blah, 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 that's when you're like, okay, you know, I'm suffering from PCOS. That's the first thing, is insulin. The second thing is that you have a buildup of androgens in your body because of different chemicals and stuff that's coming from your food or environment or something like that. So if you, which you probably are, I mean, I don't know, I'm just taking a guess here, but most of the girls I work with live on junk food diets when they have PCOS. And all the chemicals and the processed food, like, you're not just eating these on occasion, like a cookie every now and then, or a piece of pizza on the weekend, or a cupcake here and there. This is like day in, day out, you're living off of junk food, like chips and burgers and, you know, processed meals and all of this food. And what's happening is those chemicals are actually blocking your body's ability to convert androgens into estrogens. And so when that happens, there's this big, big buildup of androgens and it causes an excessive overflow, and that gets in your bloodstream and that causes all these unwanted symptoms. The third reason is stress. Also will produce androgens through your adrenals, okay? And your adrenals are your stress glands, okay? And when those get very, very stressed out and your cortisol gets very high, then what happens is you're going to produce more androgens. So those are the 3 things: chemicals, insulin, and stress, all right? And so this whole video is gonna tell you what you need to do to fix those things. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is your exercise. And here's the common thing. Most of the time, girls with PCOS fall into 2 extremes. One extreme, you don't exercise at all, you're literally a couch potato and you don't care. The other extreme is you spend all of your time and all of your energy doing crazy amounts of exercise, specifically high intensity or endurance type cardio, okay? You're the girl on the treadmill for hours on end, checking your heart rate monitor and trying to burn as many calories as you possibly can so you can lose this weight, and you're just literally running yourself into the ground. So for both of these 2 extremes, the 4 exercises that I'm going to propose are going to help fix so many issues, both from a stress perspective, a weight loss perspective, and a hormonal perspective, okay? So the first thing that I want you to do is to get into walking. If you're over here and you're doing all this crazy cardio, you need to stop and you need to change and you need to start walking. And the same thing goes for these people over here. If you're not doing anything, get up off the couch and start walking. And anybody can walk, literally just about everybody can walk. If you can only walk for 5 minutes, and then you get out of breath, that's okay. Just continually work your way up to where you can go for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever. And a big part of this is don't look at walking as just, okay, I did my walk today, now I'm gonna lay on the couch. No. The second part of this is that you need to be more active just in your day-to-day life. You need to start doing things that you love to do, okay? So in addition to the walking, I want you to find something that you love to do, like Zumba or horseback riding or ballet or church league basketball or whatever, and get into doing that, okay? And the reason why I say that is because yes, you do need to be doing exercise and stuff like that, but you don't have to just slave away on the elliptical where you're staring at the clock and you're just like hating every single second of it. Instead, you can go sign up for like a league somewhere and play soccer with your best friends and laugh and make memories and have fun. Do that for an hour and you're having so much more fun, but guess what? You're not staring and dreading and hating and stressing over the elliptical or the treadmill or the bike or whatever you're doing, or the Stairmaster, whatever it is that you're doing to burn off these calories that you hate. Because remember, the stress is huge with this. So the stress has to be super low. And yes, you're still working out and you're being active and you're burning calories and you're losing fat by playing the soccer game, but it's in such a better environment and your mind is not connected to it negatively like it is connected to the elliptical machine, okay? So find something you love to do, and also a part of that is get up and just be more active throughout the day. Start turning off your TV and your cell phone and your computer and get out and go outside, do something fun, walk the dog, take the stairs, walk to the grocery, like whatever you need to do, just be more active, okay? So we've got walking, we've got being more active, and we've got doing something fun. Actually, there's gonna be 5 things. The 4th thing I want you to do is weightlifting. Get into heavy weightlifting. No 2-pound, 5-pound dumbbells, but heavy weights. There's tons of programs out there that you can get on. I do not recommend you do this every single day. I recommend just a handful of times a week, maybe 3 or 4 max, because again, you don't want to be stressing out your body so much. But if you can get into lifting weights, what you can do is build muscle, you will burn fat, you will raise your resting metabolic rate, meaning that you will burn more calories at rest, and that's what you want. You don't want to have to eat food and then go and run it all off. Like, that's not the goal, that's not sustainable, and it's going to cause so much stress in your body. So lifting heavy weights will completely transform your body, it will transform your mind, and it will transform your stress levels as well. It helps so much. The 5th thing is yoga, or some type of stretching practice, okay? There's tons of yoga DVDs you can get, or different YouTube channels that you can go for yoga and stuff like that, but yoga is so relaxing, it's so de-stressing, and it's awesome for anxiety and just learning about your body and being self-aware. And I personally, when I do yoga, the best thing that I love to do is I write out a Bible verse or like a piece of scripture that I really want to just focus in on and pray over and meditate on, and I do that while I'm doing yoga. And it makes it so amazing. It's just so de-stressing and so calming. And again, remember, this is a lot about stress, so you have to de-stress as much as you possibly can. When it comes to diet, everybody wants to know, what is the special secret diet? Just tell me the diet because it'll fix everything. And that's true, diet is a huge part of this, but it's not everything. If you just change your diet and you don't change anything else, like if you just change your diet and you don't change the crazy exercise you're doing, or you don't change the laziness that you're doing, or you don't change the stress in your life or the relationships or the sleep or any of that, then you're doing all of this for nothing, okay? So diet does play a huge part, and there's actually 2 different ways that I've seen girls be successful with managing or even curing their PCOS symptoms when it comes to the diet. The first way, which I am more partial to this way, but I'm going to give both because I know people are different and I want to be objective with this, because I have seen people really thrive on a plant-based diet, which is what I advocate for, and I will share my reasons why for that. But also people thrive on a primal diet or a paleo diet. Granted, I do not agree with this. If you want to try that, so that's totally up to you. But there have been girls that say that they try that and it works for them. But on the same token, there's girls that try that and they say it doesn't. So my way of what I would tell you to do personally is to adopt a plant-based diet. The reasons being, number 1, it's cheap. Number 2, it's delicious. You get to eat a ton of foods. It's environmentally friendly, it's ethically friendly. You're not just gonna be sitting there eating a ton of meat and all that stuff all day long, which has so many other health implications. But the biggest part about this, number 1, is that you are eating a ton of fiber. Fiber is only found in plant foods, okay? So if you're on this diet over here and you're never eating any fiber, you're gonna have constipation issues, you're gonna have digestion and bloating, and you're not gonna be able to excrete harmful hormones like you can with the plant-based diet, because plant-based diet has a ton of fiber and that's going to help excrete a lot of the extra hormones that are in your body. So that's what I say for the diet. That would be your best bet. Again, if that doesn't work, you can try whatever you want to. But what is a plant-based diet? Basically, it would be where you would eat the majority or all 100% of your food from plants. So this would be fruits and vegetables and nuts and seeds and beans and lentils and potatoes and starchy vegetables and those type of foods, okay? So all plants, they have fiber, they're nutritious, they're packed with vitamins and minerals, and they will help you to lose weight. They will help you to push out all harmful chemicals and products that are built up in your system, specifically the hormones, okay? So that's what I would recommend that you do. Most of the time, like I said, the girls with PCOS, they're overweight and they have a very, very bad diet, which is messing up their insulin and messing up their whole idea of converting androgens to estrogen, because they are ingesting all these processed foods like all the time. I'm not saying you can't ever have processed foods or have a cookie or something like that, but if that's all that you're living off of, then you're just asking for problems, even more problems than just PCOS. And at the same time, remember, this is more than just your diet and your exercise. This is about your stress and your lifestyle. If those things are off, like let's say you follow the best diet and the best exercise plan, and your stress and the rest of your lifestyle is completely out of balance, you're gonna have a lot of issues. So this is actually one of the reasons why I created my other book that I just released, which is the 30 Days to Loving Yourself. It's a 30 days task-oriented book that you go through every single day and you do a different task that helps you to beat stress and anxiety and worry less and just become more like happy with who you are regardless of your situation. I really encourage anybody to get that, whether you have PCOS, you have hypothalamic amenorrhea, or you're just some guy who clicked on this video and you're just watching it until this point. So that would really help you from the stress perspective. But again, this is not just diet, it's not just exercise, and it's not just taking a pill. Like, you have to change your life. So those are my biggest tips. Again, the diet, plant-based all the way. I highly encourage you to adopt that. More fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, beans, legumes, whole grains, those type of things. And then the exercise, change it up. Quit doing all these stress-induced exercises, the endurance stuff, that just killing yourself. Do something you love to do, lift weights, do some calming, stretching, yoga, memorize scripture, and just chill out. Do some walking and be more active. And then address all the stress in your life. If you can do that, like, you will automatically see a huge change just in the first week. Like, I promise you, it works. And so much of this has to do with your mind as well. Like, you have to be committed to this and understand that this is a lifestyle change. It's not a 30-day plan. It's not a 60-day fix. This is literally like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm tired of living like this. At least, at the very least, I can at least like lower some of my symptoms, and that's the goal, okay? So again, I'm not a doctor. I'm not diagnosing or treating or prescribing anything for anybody. These are just normal, natural ways that you can think through and apply to your life and see how that helps. So I hope you guys find that helpful. If you do, please like this video, share and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.